Okay, dear children, now we are in question number 8 from exercise 1.1 of your first chapter, page number 7. Question number 8 is state true or false. Okay, so question number 8a, the integer minus 5 is the additive inverse of 6. It is completely false because we have already discussed in the previous video that additive inverse of any number should have the same magnitude. Okay, so here the actual additive inverse of 6 is minus 6, because whenever you add these two, okay, additive inverse and the integer, you get 0. Okay, so if you add minus 5 plus 6, you get plus 1. Okay, so hence minus 5 is not the additive inverse of 6, so it is false, completely false. Now the integer minus 5 is the predecessor of minus 4. So by predecessor, what do we mean? We mean that the number which is pre-existing, or the number which comes before. Okay, but you may think that before 4, number 3 is coming, isn't it? But in case of negative integers, the case is just opposite. Okay, so minus 5 is the predecessor of minus 4, which means first comes minus 5, and then comes minus 4, and then comes minus 3, and then comes minus 2, and then comes minus 1, and then you reach 0. Okay, so towards the left hand side of 0, the case is just opposite, but towards the right hand side, in the case of positive integers, the case is very simple. Okay, first comes 1, and then comes 2, and then comes 3, which means the predecessor of number 3 is 2, which means 2 comes before 3. But in case of the negative integers, the case is just opposite. Okay, now 8c, the integer 10 is the successor of 10. It's completely false, because the successor of number 11 is 12, isn't it? By successor, we mean that the number which comes after that given number. Okay, the successor of number 19 is 20. Okay, and the successor of 25 is 26, which means it comes after. Okay, now point number D, out here it's completely false, because 11 minus 5 will be how much? 6, and ultimately you get minus 6 towards left hand side. Okay, let me show you out here. It's taking time. Maybe some kind of update is going on in the background. Okay, so we have the number like this, isn't it? And again, we have 5 minus 11. So what do we get out here? We get 11 minus 5 will be how much? It is 6, isn't it? And minus minus 6. Okay, 11 minus 5 is 6, and again 11 minus 5 is again 6, but this is positive 6, okay, inside the bracket, but this is negative 6 inside the bracket. Okay, and ultimately how can we write this? Minus into minus, it is plus. So for plus we do not write any sign, so we will just leave like this. So the question is saying that the expression minus 11 minus 5, I mean inside the bracket, okay, equals minus bracket 5 minus 11, they are equal, but you can see out here that minus 6 and positive 6, they cannot be equal, isn't it? So it is false. Okay, now let's go to question number 9. Rahul goes 75 kilometer west from point A. Okay, so he's traveling, okay, 75 kilometers west. Okay, and again he moves towards east, so he is just traveling towards the opposite. Okay, so let's write the minus 50 out here. Let's assume that 75 is positive and then minus 50 is negative. Why? Because he is traveling towards the opposite direction now. First he traveled towards west, okay, and then he traveled towards east side. Okay, so let us just assume this way. Okay, because ultimately we just have to find the distance between the point A and C, so we have to just find the absolute value. Okay, so we just have to worry about the absolute value. Okay, so referring minus as west and uh, positive as east, also you can do that way. Okay, minus 75 plus 25, you can do that way also. Okay, we just have to worry about the uh, absolute value of the number. Okay, so minus 75 as west and plus 50 as east, you can do like that also. Okay, so 75 minus 50 is how much? 25. Okay, so hence we can say that the distance between the points A and C is 25 kilometer towards west. Okay, why west? Because we assumed here that 75 is the distance that he traveled towards west, okay, before. Okay, to understand this in a better way, I have sent you the PDF by making this number line also. Okay, so let's assume that this 0 is the point A. Okay, and towards the right hand side it is east, and towards the left hand side it is west. Okay, so first he travels towards the west side. Okay, that is 75 kilometers. So from point A he goes to point B. Okay, and again comes back. Okay, travels back towards east side. Okay, 50 kilometers to reach point C. Okay, so ultimately where he is landing? He is landing towards the west side only, isn't it? So hence we can write that the distance between the points A and C is 25 kilometers west. Okay, now question number 10. Now question number 10, it has two parts, 10A and B. So you have to insert a sign. Okay, be it equals to or less than or more than. Okay, so without doing calculation out here, we cannot simply include the sign. Okay, be it equals to or more than or less than, isn't it? So what do we have to do is that first we have to calculate. So minus 25, now open the bracket, plus into minus, it will be minus 27. Okay, now open the bracket again out here. So minus 25 minus into minus, it is plus. So 25 is negative and 27 is positive. So 27 is more than minus 25. Okay, so 27 minus 25 will be how much? 2, only 2. Okay, but it is a positive number. Okay, now you can see out here that both the numbers are minus. So if both the numbers are minus, then we do addition. Okay, and then we write the minus sign only. Okay, so 25 plus 27 is 52. Okay, but the sign will be minus. Okay, so we can say that 2 is greater than minus 52. Okay, so hence we have to use this particular sign. Okay, and for 10b, again we have to solve. Okay, we have to solve these first. Now towards the left hand side. Okay, so 50 minus into minus, it will be plus. Okay, plus into minus, minus. Okay, so 50 plus 21 minus 6. Okay, and now towards this right hand side. Okay, so 50 plus into minus, minus, minus into minus, plus 6. Okay, so now add these two positive integers, 50 plus 21, how much it will be? 71 minus 6. Okay, now you can see out here that this 50 is positive integer. Okay, so this positive integer plus another positive number, that is 6. You just do addition of these two numbers, 50 and 6, because they both are positive integers. So 50 plus 6 will be how much? 56, isn't it? Now 56 minus 21 will be how much? 35. So which number is more, 65 or 35? 65 is more than 35. Okay, so we will use this sign out here. Okay, now question number 11. Write a pair of negative integers whose difference is 7. So you have to write the pair of integers. By pair we mean the two numbers, okay, whose difference is exactly 7. Okay, so it's very simple, because you just need 7. So what you can do is that you can simply write minus 7. Okay, and again give minus sign. Okay, for subtraction, and inside the bracket you write minus 14, because we want the difference between these two numbers. Okay, and both these numbers should be negative, hence we are writing this way. Okay, so now in the next line what we can do is, this is the minus sign for 7. Okay, so minus into minus, it will be how much? Plus 14. Okay, so what answer you get? You get a positive answer, 7. Okay, and now question number 12. 12, it has got 4 parts, A, B, C and D. Now here you have to write a pair of integers whose difference is minus 4, sum is 7, sum is minus 2, difference is 6. Unlike in question number 11, in question number 12, you are not given with any kind of condition that both the numbers have to be negative, or both the numbers have to be positive, or one number can be positive and the other one can be negative. Nothing has been given out here. Okay, so you are free to do whatever the numbers you feel comfortable with. Okay, so here we can write simply 2 minus 6. Okay, so we just want the integers whose difference is minus 4. So you can simply do 0 minus 4 also. Okay, because 0 is also an integer. Okay, and again the sum should be 7 in case of B. So you can simply write 3 plus 4 or 5 plus 2 or 6 plus 1, 1 plus 6 or 0 plus 7, 7 plus 0, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, And again, the sum is minus 2. The sum should be minus 2. So 6 plus minus 8, again it will be minus 2, and similarly 3 plus minus 5, again it will give you minus 2. Okay, and the difference is 6. So 10 minus 4 is the simplest answer. Okay, 6. Or simply you can do 8 minus 2 also, 6. Okay, and again 6 minus 0 is also 6. Okay, so you are free to do with any number you feel comfortable with in case of 12. Okay, but uh, my suggestion is use simple numbers. Okay, now in question number 13, uh, it's mentioned that write two integers whose difference is more than minus 6. Difference, which means minus. Okay, when you subtract these two numbers, uh, the answer should be more than minus 6. So which means the answer, it can be minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, or even 0. Okay, again you are free to do so out here, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, but there is a condition out here. And what's that condition? The condition is that these integers should be less than minus 6. Now these integers should be less than minus 6, which means minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10, minus 11, minus 12, 13, 14. Okay, it can go up to any number. Okay, so but the answer, it should be more than minus 6. So your answer, it can be minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be any number. Okay, but you have to write such a pair of two integers which should be less than minus 6, which means you have to use the negative integers only. Okay, just like in question number 11. Okay, now in question number 14, write a positive and a negative integer whose sum is 7, sorry, minus 7. Okay, so it's very simple. 10 plus minus 17. Okay, the answer will be minus 7. Okay, or simply you could do is plus 3 minus 10. Again the answer will be minus 7. So in case of question number 14 also, you are free to do with any number. Okay,